The busy trap, the laundry's done, the dishes are clean. You meal prepped for 3 days. You answered 17 emails, scheduled 2 appointments, and color-coded the family calendar. You were productive all day. But when someone asks what you accomplished, you freeze. Because nothing actually moved. No progress. No momentum. Just maintenance. And you're exhausted. Here's what the productivity gurus won't tell you. Being busy isn't the same as building. Most of what fills your day is designed to reset to zero by tomorrow. Dishes get dirty again. Laundry piles up. The calendar refills. You're running on a treadmill that's disguised as forward motion. But there's a specific type of work that doesn't reset. Work that compounds. And the reason you're not doing it isn't because you lack commits, because you haven't identified what it is yet. Let me show you the difference. Maintenance work evaporates. Every task you complete today will need to be done again tomorrow, next week, or next month. It's necessary, but it doesn't accumulate value. You can't bank it. You can't sell it. You can't step away from it without everything collapsing. Building work compounds. Every hour you invest increases the value of what you created before. A digital product you design once can sell 100 times. A system you build can run without you. A piece of content can work for you while you sleep. The trap is that maintenance work feels productive because it's visible and urgent. Building work feels risky because the results aren't immediate. So you default to what's screaming at you, and the thing that could actually change your situation never gets touched. That's the real problem. Not your schedule, your classification system. Here's how to fix it. First, audit your week with a new lens. Don't ask, what did I do? Ask, what did I build? Go through your calendar for the last 7 days and mark everything that either resets to zero or accumulates value. Be ruthless. Answering emails, resets, writing a template that answers those emails automatically. Builds, posting randomly on social media. Resets, creating a content system with repurposable templates. Builds, most women find that 90% of their time goes to maintenance. That's not a character flaw. That's what happens when you're managing a household and everyone else's needs. But you need to see the imbalance before you can correct it. Second, identify your one builder block. This is a non-negotiable 60-minute window each week, dedicated exclusively to work that compounds, not reactive tasks, not maintenance, just building. For most moms, this is early morning, before anyone wakes up, or during a protected nap time, or after bedtime, when you'd normally scroll. You're not looking for balance. You're looking for 1 hour where you're not interrupted, not needed, and not maintaining someone else's life. That's your leverage point. Third, define your first asset. An asset is something you create once that continues to generate value. This could be a digital download, a mini course, a template pack, a pitch deck for freelance clients, or a product listing. The format doesn't matter. What matters is that it's finite, it's valuable to someone specific, and it can work without you once it's built. Here's a concrete example. Let's say you know how to organize meal planning for picky eaters because you've done it for 3 years with your own kids. That knowledge is currently trapped in your head. An asset would be a printable meal planning system with swap-out options for common allergens and preferences. You build it once, you sell it on Etsy, Gumroad, or your own simple site. Every sale happens whether you're at the pediatrician or folding laundry. That's the shift. You stop trading time for money and start building systems that generate money from work you already did. Now, let's talk about the emotional block. Because the real reason most moms don't build is not lack of time, it's fear of wasting the little time they have. You're scared that if you spend your one free hour on something that doesn't work, you'll resent it, so you spend it on something safe and familiar, even if it goes nowhere. That fear is valid, but it's based on a false premise. You're not choosing between building and relaxing. You're choosing between maintenance that exhausts you and building that energizes you. Because when you're working on something that's yours, that could actually grow. That doesn't disappear by tomorrow. That doesn't feel like work. It feels like hope. And if the asset doesn't sell, you still have the asset. You have the skill you developed building it. You have proof that you can finish something. That's not failure. That's data. Here's where most advice falls apart. People tell you to just start without giving you a map. So let me give you one. Your first asset should take 4 to 6 builder blocks to complete. That's 4 to 6 hours total. Not 4 to 6 weeks of full-time work. We're talking about 1 month of protected hours. Week 1. Research and validate. Spend your hour identifying what people are already buying in your niche. Use Etsy, Amazon, Gumroad, or Facebook groups to see what's selling. Don't create in a vacuum. Find demand first. Week 2. Outline and structure. Map out exactly what your asset will include. If it's a template, what sections does it have? If it's a guide, what are the steps? If it's a product, what are the components? Specificity kills procrastination. Week 3. Build the core. Create the minimum viable version. Not perfect, not pretty, functional. If it's a Canva template, get the structure done. If it's a guide, write the draft. If it's a physical product, finalize your first prototype or listing. Week 4. Polish and publish. Clean it up. Make it presentable. Write your product description. Set your price. List it. Done. To save you the headache, I put a link to the planner that actually works for tracking your builder blocks in the description. You don't need anything fancy, just something that lets you protect that 1 hour without negotiating with yourself every week. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-clerk system, because once you build your first asset, everything changes. You stop seeing your knowledge as background noise and start seeing it as inventory. You stop feeling guilty about needing money and start feeling strategic about creating it. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission and start building your own validation. And here's the part that no one talks about. When you build something that works, even if it only makes $50, the first month you prove something to yourself that no amount of therapy or affirmations can replicate. You prove that your time, your ideas, and your skills have market value outside of your role as a caretaker. That shift is permanent. The business might grow or it might not, but you'll never go back to thinking your only option is to wait until the kids are older, or your partner is more supportive, or the timing is better. You'll know you can build, and that knowledge is the real asset. The wearing down feeling you described. That's not burnout from being too busy. It's depletion from being busy without building. Your brain knows the difference between motion and progress, and it's screaming at you to stop running in place. So here's what you do today. Not tomorrow, today. Open a note on your phone and write down 3 things you know how to do that someone else would pay to skip learning. Meal planning for allergies. Organizing small spaces. Managing toddler sleep transitions. Budgeting on a regular income. Doesn't matter what it is, just write it down. Then pick one. The one that feels most natural. The one you've already solved for yourself. That's your first asset. That's your builder block project. That's your way out of the busy trap. You don't need more time. You need a different target. Start building. Disclaimer: this content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial or business advice. Earnings and results vary based on effort, market conditions, and strategy. Always do your own research before starting any business. Some links in the description may be affiliate links.